Jimmy Carter, the 39th President of the United States and a dedicated advocate for global peace and human rights, passed away at the age of 100, as confirmed by his office on Sunday. His death marks the end of an extraordinary life, marked by public service, humanitarian achievements, and a legacy that transcended political boundaries. Carter had been in hospice care at his home in Plains, Georgia, since February 2023. This same home, where he lived with his beloved wife of 77 years, Rosalynn Carter, became a sanctuary for their shared commitment to service and family. Rosalynn Carter, who herself was a profound advocate for mental health and human rights, passed away on November 19, 2023, just months before her husband. Together, they represented a partnership defined by compassion, humility, and enduring love. Born on October 1, 1924, in Plains, Georgia, Jimmy Carter was the first U.S. president to reach his 100th birthday, a milestone celebrated nationwide. On this occasion, President Joe Biden honored Carter with a heartfelt message, acknowledging his moral leadership and contributions to the nation. In a video tribute aired on CBS News, Biden described Carter as a moral force for our nation and the world. Reflecting on their long-standing friendship, Biden added, "You're a voice of courage, conviction, compassion, and most of all, a beloved friend of Jill and me and our family." In response to Carter's passing, Biden declared January 9 as a national day of mourning, directing federal offices to close and ordering an official state funeral to be held in Washington. As a mark of respect, Biden's proclamation read, "We honor a life dedicated to serving others, from the small-town peanut farmer to the highest office in the land and beyond." Jimmy Carter's journey from humble beginnings to the presidency was an American story of resilience and integrity. Born into a family of modest means, he grew up working on his family's peanut farm, an experience that instilled in him the values of hard work, humility, and perseverance. After graduating from the United States Naval Academy in 1946, Carter served in the Navy as a submariner. His naval career was cut short when he returned home to manage the family farm following his father's death. This return to Plains proved transformative, igniting his interest in community service and, eventually, politics. Carter entered the political arena in the 1960s, first serving in the Georgia State Senate before being elected governor in 1970. As governor, he made waves with his progressive stance on civil rights and efforts to modernize Georgia's government. His policies emphasized racial equality, education, and environmental conservation, themes that would carry through his presidency. In 1976, Carter's political career reached its zenith when he was elected president, defeating Republican incumbent Gerald Ford in the aftermath of the Watergate scandal. Carter's campaign, rooted in themes of transparency and trust, resonated with a nation yearning for moral leadership. His presidency, however, proved a mixture of groundbreaking achievements and formidable challenges. One of Carter's most enduring accomplishments was the Camp David Accords of 1978. Through relentless negotiation, he brokered a historic peace agreement between Egypt and Israel, a diplomatic triumph that earned international acclaim. This effort showcased Carter's commitment to diplomacy and his belief in dialogue as a means to resolve even the most intractable conflicts. Yet Carter's presidency was also marked by domestic struggles. Economic difficulties, including high inflation and unemployment, plagued his administration. The nation grappled with an energy crisis, and Carter's call for conservation and alternative energy sources was ahead of its time, but met with resistance. The Iran hostage crisis, in which 52 Americans were held captive for 444 days, dominated the latter part of his presidency and cast a shadow over his administration's achievements. In the 1980 presidential election, Carter faced Ronald Reagan, whose optimistic vision and promise of a new morning in America resonated with voters. Carter's defeat was decisive, yet he accepted the loss with characteristic grace. Despite leaving the White House with low approval ratings, Carter's post-presidential life would redefine his legacy and cement his place as one of the most admired former presidents in U.S. history. Upon leaving office, Carter, then only 56 years old, dedicated himself to humanitarian work that earned him global respect. He and Rosalynn founded the Carter Center in 1982, an organization committed to advancing human rights, promoting democracy, and combating disease worldwide. Through the center, Carter's efforts contributed to eradicating guinea worm disease and reducing cases of river blindness, improving the lives of millions in some of the world's most vulnerable communities. The Carters also became synonymous with Habitat for Humanity, frequently working on construction sites to build homes for disadvantaged families. Their hands-on approach and visible commitment to the cause inspired countless volunteers and highlighted their dedication to service. In 2002, Carter received the Nobel Peace Prize for his lifelong work in promoting peace, democracy, and human rights. The Nobel Committee praised his efforts to find peaceful solutions to international conflicts, to advance democracy and human rights, and to promote economic and social development. This recognition affirmed Carter's status as a global statesman and humanitarian. Carter's later years were marked by his continued advocacy and an active public life. Despite health challenges, including a battle with cancer, he remained engaged in global and domestic issues well into his 90s. His personal faith, deeply rooted in his Christian beliefs, was a cornerstone of his life. He often taught Sunday school in his hometown, sharing lessons of compassion, humility, and service. The Carters' enduring marriage, spanning more than 7 decades, was a testament to their deep love and mutual respect. Together, they navigated the highs and lows of public life, always grounded by their commitment to each other and the values they held dear. World leaders, dignitaries, and citizens from across the globe have paid tribute to Carter's life and legacy. President Biden described him as a man of unyielding optimism and a moral compass for our nation. Former President Barack Obama praised Carter's extraordinary contributions to the world and noted that he set a standard for public service that few can match. The United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres hailed him as a tireless advocate for peace and human rights. Carter's impact extended far beyond U.S. borders. His election monitoring efforts helped foster democracy in countries emerging from authoritarian rule, while his initiatives to mediate conflicts demonstrated his belief in diplomacy and dialogue as tools for peace. Leaders from nations such as Egypt and Israel have expressed gratitude for his role in fostering reconciliation and cooperation. As the nation prepares to honor Carter with a state funeral, his life's work serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring value of service, empathy, and moral leadership. His journey, from a peanut farm in Georgia to the highest office in the land and beyond, illustrates the profound impact of dedication to others. Jimmy Carter's passing marks the end of an era, but his legacy will continue to inspire future generations. His unwavering commitment to peace, justice, and humanity leaves an indelible mark on history, reminding us all of the transformative power of a life devoted to serving others. As Americans reflect on his contributions, they celebrate not only the man who served as their 39th president, but also the humanitarian who exemplified the best of what leadership can be.